Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy TCG Discussions, aka Marcus from Team Takeover, and today I'm coming at you with a mono blue Goku Evolution deck profile. So, yes, I said mono blue. I mean no black. I mean no green. I mean nothing else other than just purely blue. And I kind of wanted to do this for two reasons. One, it is a more affordable option than getting like all these expensive green cards like Kale. However, it does have some pretty gaping weaknesses in the current meta, and I also think that it's kind of like a mid tier. Like this deck is pretty mid tier. Like it can contend, it has its wins, and it definitely has its losses in bad matchups. So, and I'll talk a little bit about those matchups at the end. But without further ado, I just want to give a huge shout out to P2 Collectibles, far above the competition, as well as shout out to Team Takeover. And if you're in Muncie, come to P2 Collectibles and check us out. It's going to be on 204 East McGalliard Road in Muncie, Indiana. So without further ado, let's get into the deck profiles. This is Super Saiyan God Son Goku. This card probably doesn't need an explanation, but for those of you who don't know what it does, when this card attacks, you can choose up to one of your blue energy and untap it, and then at 4 or less cards, you can draw 2 to awaken. And then on this side, what it does is when it swings, if you have 5 or more energy, it gains plus 5,000, going to 20,000. As well as it gets to untap 2 blue energy and draw you a card, which is just absolutely crazy and insane. And you see the blue-green version of this deck abuse that to its max. So that pretty much wraps it up for the leaders. So without further ado, let's get into the cards we play. 4 of the best defensive card in the game was Coercion. This card is absolutely crazy because it allows you to kind of, one, lock your opponent out. Like if they've tapped mana and they're trying to swing, like that's probably one of the best times to whisk so that they can't recover stuff with like Sensubin. And shotgun you. So this card's like super good at protecting you. And it's also good at buying this deck another turn to get there. So with Coercion, super good. And then for Energy Boosted Majin Buu, I could not believe how cheap this card was when I looked at it today. It is $1.80. It is super good, so pick up your playsets. If you don't have them, I suggest that you get them right now. Energy Boosted Majin Buu, when you play this card, you draw a card, and it becomes a 5k combo cost. And it's super good in this deck because you can just play it, swing it to later on tap, and play another one or another one drop card if you have them. And then we play... For Sensubin, this card's pretty obligatory because kind of the deck's name of the game is Mana Refund, and this does that not only to refund our energy to protect ourselves, but also to help make better pushes. So Sensubin is super good. For Boost Attack Piccolo, like I just do not understand why anybody would run less than 4 of these cards. 0 cost 10k cards are just absolutely crazy and insane, and Boost Attack Piccolo is really, really good in this deck. For Raging Spirit Son Gohans, I absolutely love this card. I think it is super good. The main reason why is just because like we untap a lot of energy, so we can like use this card defensively and get out more board presence with this card. And it's also a very good 10k combo boost. It gives us some good advantage. For Objection, and the reason why I play Objection is because it's just one of those. I didn't want to play the Bulma engine and Whis to kind of ramp up the mana, and I did want some mana ramp. And this card basically, when it's awakened, is free, depending on what I'm putting down, as well as the fact that it's 4 cards versus playing like 6 or 8. So I thought Objection fits nicely. You don't have to play it. The deck definitely doesn't need it, but it does help you get to your evolutions faster, which is kind of good. For Results of Training. This card is like super obligatory, mainly because your opponent's going to probably try and lock you out. We do have 2 cards in the deck, this and a Goku that we can evolve into, and I'll talk more about that card in a bit. But this card's super good. During your turn, you can activate this card. Your leader card's awaken, and if you have 5 or more life, choose up to 4 of your energy and switch them to active mode, which is just super good. I really, really enjoy this card. Then we got Energy Boosted Beerus. This card. This card is super good. Just primarily because it's spot removal, and it's 20k double strike. Now, the deck doesn't have a lot of removal. This is pretty much it, other than the fact that we can pretty much beat down any other card that's, like, rested. But Energy Boost Beerus is good for, like, getting rid of that, like, one card in the deck that just we really do need to get over. But that's one thing that this deck suffers from not having versus the green version, which is a lot of removal. But Beerus is pretty good, and he can help you shotgun and push. And then we got 4 of the next card, Kind Saiyan Son Goku. This card's really good because it searches out Goku in your deck. And, like, we play a lot of Goku cards. I think we play, like, something like 18 of them. And so this card is, like, really, really strong and just being super consistent for getting the game pushers that we need. Then we play 4 Rapid Spirit Ball Son Goku. The reason why we play this card is just because it's a 15k. We can evolve into it quickly by turn 2, and when it evolves, it untaps an energy. So basically, by turn 2, we can evolve into it, untap an energy, and then swing with our leader, untap that energy. So this card is basically for free, and that's pretty cool. And it's a 0 cost 5k combo, pretty good. And then we have 4 of the Pressure. That's what I would like to call it in this deck, the Pressure. SS3, Son Goku, Maximum Energy. You can evolve this turn 4 for 2 blue and 2 other energy. It is double strike, and when this card evolves into this card, it gains dual attack. So it's a 20k dual attack double strike, which is just crazy at endgame. And if you can keep pumping these cards out through evolution every turn, it's pretty insane. And then we play 2 cards that are not necessary, but I have them, so I play them in my deck. Rapid Onslaught Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku. You can evolve this by turn 3 for 1 blue and a 2 energy cost. It has double strike, and when you play this card, you may choose 1 life or 1 card in your life, place it in the drop area, and if you do so, this card gains critical. So it is a 20k double strike critical potentially, which is just super good and super awesome. So when you swing your opponents, either they're gonna have to negate this, or if they're gonna take their life, they're gonna lose 2 cards, which is just super good. And it plays into the theme of evolution, and it is searchable. And then 4 of the finisher, Godbreak Son Goku. I have won so many games with this card. It's not funny. You can evolve this card by turn, I think, 6. And basically, the evolve is 3 blue and 3 other energy. It is 30k double strike, and your opponent cannot counter against this card's attack and cannot activate blocker when this card attacks. So, yeah, this card is just basically 30k. If they have 2 life, it is double strike, and then they can't counter or block, so it's time to shotgun them. And it's kind of like one of those cards, so let's see if you got it. And most of the time, when you drop this card, unless they have more than 1 life, you win the game. Like, I'm sorry, more than 3 life, you usually win the game. If they have 2, this card's swinging for that, and then it can just be backbreaking. And so that pretty much wraps it up for the Mono Blue Starter Deck Goku Evolution Deck. Let me know what you guys think about it down below. And let me know any additions that you would make to the deck, any changes that you might want to make. I know that this deck loses to removal, which is just, it suffers from not having enough removal, and it also suffers from removal. So like the blue-green version of this deck is super strong against it, just because Kales, and Beeruses, and Gohans, and Mass Saiyans, if they're playing them, can basically remove your lower Gokus, which means evolving into them is very hard. And Cell Leader just is the direct counter to this the playstyle of this deck. It just says, oh, look, there's a Kind Saiyan. Let me put a card underneath, pop that. Oh, look, there's another Kind Saiyan. Let me put, like, next turn, do the same thing. And then when it's awakened, it's like, it doesn't matter what evolution of Goku you have, it can just kill it. So it can really easily pick off our really big cards. And it doesn't get as much mana refund as the green version, just because we're not playing the Go Tanks, which is basically a 25k double strike for one cost when you attack with this card. And so, yeah. But other than that, I think that it is a super good, fun deck, and it can win. Like, do not sleep on it. It can win games. And, yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. And this is Marcus from Team Takeover, signing off.